Okay, well, hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about e-learning, and I think the first question really is how does it fit into the business, and why is it so important? So um, when you sell the dream to customers, this blue bit here, and you begin your delivery operations, first of all, you'll want to make absolutely sure that you can pitch that you have the best staff in the industry and they know what they're doing. When you do the operations, obviously you want to be efficient and you want productivity. So if we say why training, it depends from company to company why it's important. But certainly to be able to pitch competent staff is important for any business. For your staff to work as a team is important for every business. And this list probably comes up for Accelerate, but I'm sure if you were to write your own list about why training is important and what the benefit of doing training is, you'll probably come up with a very, very similar list, maybe in a different order. But one of the first things is productivity. You could almost say that's the first word. But secondly, if you're running a business, you want the image of your business to be very, very good, and you want customers to have a great impression of the people, whoever they meet from your business. And so it's so important to have people trained. And we can all think of examples where we've dealt with a company and somebody who's very well trained deals with quite a difficult problem as if it was pretty simple, and we walk away happy customers. Obviously, you can set higher KPIs if you have trained people, but most importantly, you'll have happy clients, and that will, the rule of the jungle is that will increase your revenue at the expense of one of your customers. So that's why bother with training. Now, obviously, it's challenging in different environments. In employment agencies, it's very important. You may only have somebody 3 Tuesdays or 5 or 6 campaigns or a very short period of time, maybe just a couple of years while they're a student, or it might be a mum who's part-time and wants a bit of work, or you know the demographics of the people you employ, or it could be somebody who's going to be with you for 10 years and becomes a team leader and works every day that they can. Whatever you are, whatever your the investment you want to put into people, you need to do it efficiently, and it needs to be. And I think the word in university terms at the moment is blended. In addition to workshops that you do and the training that you do with people over the phone, they need to be able to review information. They need to know about the brand, and they need to know about your internal procedures. So in the staff journey of, and again, fill in the demographics for your people, somebody who just wants a bit of part-time work to top up their normal job, somebody who's perhaps a student and they want to work weekends, or somebody who likes festivals and just wants to do a bit of stewarding. We need to turn this raw person that applies through the application form and whom you have made sure just has rights to work and has vetted, a subject for tomorrow, of course. You want to turn them into an efficient and high, a good representative of your company who, when they are tasked to do something, does it competently and impresses your client and anybody that they meet on the way. So what I wanted to do was jump straight into the demo as usual. We're going to be looking at just a couple of examples of where we could use it. Now, staff inductions is the first one. It's a very popular system to use for staff inductions. How we work, how to fill out your expenses, all of that kind of stuff. If you've given them an intro on the phone, or if you've sent them an email which tells you how to fill out your expenses on the staff portal, how to work your timesheets, how to do this, how to do that, it's a good idea to check their understanding. This is especially the case with health and safety examples, and especially so if you're using lone workers. You do not want to get sued for somebody who has made a mistake on site and then claims that they were not trained on how to use that digger dumper or something. Obviously, if you're doing a specific job for a customer, you'll send them notes on the objectives that they have to achieve for that campaign, or for that stewarding job, or what they're supposed to be doing at that gate on that Tuesday morning as the crowds arrive. So any sort of brand briefing or job briefing is important. Technical information, obviously important. And once again, I come back to health and safety. So what I'm going to be concentrating on in this short course now is demonstrating to you how you can put some data up on the system, some training material up on the system, and how you can make that work for people. So what tools do you need? So what tools and skills do you need? First of all, the person who is doing the training needs to thoroughly understand the business requirements. Now, if it's an induction training, they need to thoroughly understand your business. If you're doing the induction training for a third party, for example, we did one with one of the customers that's on the call today for a very, very large venue in London. And the people that run that venue have an 8-part course. We put that onto our e-learning, and the people had to pass an exam to 80%. So that meant that when our clients, people were at this huge venue. It's an iconic venue. You'd all know which the venue is. It's run by AEG, one of the biggest impresarios in the world. And once they're on site, if a disabled person with a dog comes up and says, "Where is the loo?" or "Can I find this?" they know all the answers. So each venue will have a lot of information that people need to know just to be a steward or a security guard. Really, really important information that can make the difference between somebody's visit at that venue pleasant or not. Likewise, if you're in any sort of marketing, field marketing area, people need to know the brand inside out and what they're about. So there's the business requirements. There's obviously curating the content, either collecting it or finding it or making it up yourself. And it used to be really easy. You'd stick the stuff down on text, but nowadays video is a very, very important medium. So I'm going to be showing you, if I just go and find this beast here, in the videos that you can see. Well, actually, I'll just go and get that again here. There we go. So in the videos, when you click on this to actually see the videos, you can put videos into the e-learning package. And to do that, I'll just show you in a moment how you can put videos and Word documents and PDFs in there. So the next thing in terms of the tools that you need from Accelerate is you need to know how the knowledge base works. You can put videos straight from YouTube, as I have just done there, but it's really useful to have a knowledge base where you can upload loads of contents and put it. You also need to know how Questionnaire Builder works, and that's what we'll be concentrating on now. Then you need to be able to know how to use Newsletter Builder and also the app. I think I've got somewhere here an example of the knowledge base on the app, and if I just log into that, I can show you that in just a moment. So that we can just get over it quickly, I will show you those two immediately. And then lastly, you need the report builder to go away and look at the results and the lists and so on and so forth. So if we start from the top, the knowledge base, I'll just flip to that, if I can find it here. The Accelerate knowledge base, which you can get to from the left-hand menu of your system, which is, just to remind you, here, this beast here. See where it says knowledge base? If I expand this menu, you can see knowledge base here. There we go. If you click into that and go into admin, you'll see that you can put a huge number of tabs and notes and documents on this system, including all you can publish your newsletters to it and publish it to websites. And then if we just take, for example, within project management, if we take something like, I don't know, tactical event manager as an example of a document, if I click on that, I can say what document it is. I can have a look at what that document, oh, it looks like we didn't put it on there. Somebody needs to just make sure that that's connected up correctly. But I can say what document it is. I can go find it. I can put it on the knowledge base and so on. Now, clearly, I'm glad I tested that URL because that's wrong. We probably need to find out where that document's gone. But the idea is that you can put plenty of it on there. Also, once you've put that on there, you'll notice that when I went on there, you can decide whether it's public or private or internal or management only. And there'll be different levels of security for your different customers. Now, also, you can go direct. You don't have to put stuff in the knowledge base. If you know how to upload information to your website, for example. So, for example, on here, we've uploaded information and videos to our website, then you can quite easily do that. So our website is a WordPress website, and somewhere around on it, I think it's accelerate.com. If you go to courses here, then you can find all the training videos on there. So you can upload it there. But very importantly, if I just go and find here we go. If I just go and find on here the question, what was I looking for? Oh yeah, if I go and look at just a standard, somewhere around here, I had a piece of YouTube somewhere around. Interesting, maybe I closed it. No, there it is, right. So here's a random video. And if you want to share a piece of YouTube, then you've got various options, one of which is to email it to people or send it via WhatsApp. But this one here gives you a piece of embedded stuff for an iframe in there. So you can take that, just copy, and you can then pop it into Questionnaire Builder or into your knowledge base or wherever. So if I go to my Questionnaire Builder, which again is just about to be found here, then if I have a brand new question in Questionnaire Builder here, and text, and that'll do, then I can just save that, and I can put in here that there. If I now save that, save, we call that test, get rid of it in the end. So now if I preview that questionnaire, no part, questionnaire builder, definitely need to get rid of one or two of those lines per text, iframe, probably need to, maybe I've left a bit out there or something, and save, and save. If I preview that, I should get this effect. No, clearly I've screwed something up here, but if I go back to one I did earlier, go into this tab here, where you can see in the quiz in a moment, in the first question, if I edit that, you can see I've got that whole piece of text in there. And if I just drag this down, you can see it in there. And if I preview it, oh, interesting. So there's a problem with the preview here. Never mind, luckily it does work, which I will demonstrate in a moment. So this is ATS quiz 3. I'm not sure why that preview is not working at the moment. I think it's because we were mucking about with it before the training. And so once those questions are done, we can put a video into there, and probably the best idea is if I show you on the actual training. So I launched that questionnaire via a mailing list. So I've said, dear, it looks like I didn't put a space in there, but I've said, dear first name, let's see how much you know about applicant tracking systems. Click here for the test. And obviously in my newsletter builder, I just pop that in with a link, with a hyperlink. When I click on that hyperlink, I get to this test. And depending on which one I'm on, I can see this video here, and off it goes. And this is Jack's video. So people can watch that 2-minute video, and then they can answer the questions and save and submit them. Now, because it takes a little while to go through these, I've already done one, and you'll see here it says, thanks, we'll let you know if you've passed. And before that, and you can see this heading, and the reason I draw your attention to this heading is I'm going to show you how to set these things up in a moment. So we've got some questions on the definition which I've answered. There's this where I can see the actual video, we said, and then I can fill out all of those. And then in addition to that, we've got a third page where I've got some answers, and I can basically submit that. Now, because it's already been submitted, that's why I've got the qualification. So if I just zip through where we've been with this, we build our questionnaire in the questionnaire builder. If I go and dig that out somewhere, I may have closed it, but if not, I can just go and reopen it. Where are we now? Yeah, here. So in questionnaire builder, we build our questionnaire to be able to test them. And this particular questionnaire was ATS Quest 3. I'm just going to try this thing again because I'm surprised it wasn't working. It looks like it is a problem we need to deal with. But so we build our questionnaire with all of our tests because we want to quantify and measure how much knowledge was actually taken in by the people who are reading the content, and whether indeed they ever read the content. Then next, in the mailing manager, very important, we can launch it to them. So in here, if I go to newsletters, this is the newsletter that I wrote just now. So this is the Rick ATS quiz, and you can see here I didn't put that space in there. So if I do a few more tests in a moment, there will at least be a space. This here is the link, and that's replaced by the text which says click here. So if I now go to the details of that, if I look at questionnaire link, it says, do you want to put a new link in? And I say, no, I just want to review questionnaire link 117. Questionnaire link 117 could just be a mailing, and it could just be like a survey that I'm doing anonymously, or it could say, I want to put a qualification in, and then it says which qualification, and the one that I've chosen is Applicant Tracking System Basic 101 course. And this is the quiz that goes through it. This is just a description, that doesn't matter. This is click here. So that wording there is the wording that comes up in here. Where are we? Click here in here. Can you see it says click here on the mailing? That's the wording that comes up there. So if I just go back over here, you can also see that there's an Accelerate logo in the questionnaire header, and it says, how much do you know about applicant tracking system? And once again, if I flip back here and we actually look at the quiz, you'll see it says here, how much do you know about applicant tracking system? Now, you don't have to put a header in. I was just really demonstrating the effect of it. But of course, it could change because this qualification could be part of 3 or 4 courses. So going back to here, you can see at the end in this box, I've said, thanks, we'll let you know if you've passed. I should probably put a full stop on the end of that, but I haven't so far, so there we go. So now, if I go back to the mailing thing, you'll remember that in the report which I finished here, when I actually did this one, you'll remember that there was that box there which said, thanks, we'll let you know if you passed. And because I've linked it to a qualification, if I now go back to this guy, Rick Marengo, and find him, let's see if I can find him. There's Rick Marengo test. So this is the person to whom I sent the mail shot from our system. If I look at that person's qualifications, you can see that at just earlier this morning, you can see it looks like I passed today. And I can set an expiry date. I can set whether it's a 2-year or 3-year expiry if you have to do the qualification a second time, if it only runs for a year. The certification shows you exactly what I did on there, what my answers were, as you can see. And in addition, if I go back to the qualification, I can see any documents that are attached. Now, in this case, there won't be any documents. There's no certification that comes up, but we can create certificates, and you can create them. We've discovered recently that you can actually, in Word mail merges, you can mail merge somebody's name and the qualification. You can mail merge it onto a watermark as well, so you can make a really nice certificate. I did have one from a customer handy, but I just don't have it handy at the moment. But we can make really nice Word certificates because everybody loves a certificate on the wall. So you can make certificates for people. But the whole idea there is our qualifications. You know how qualification management works, or if you don't, you will hear about it in when we get on to systems admin next week. But qualifications management, you can just create new qualifications for people to be able to get. And then what you can say is, before you get to be, for example, a qualified Accelerate Systems Administrator, you need 17 sub-qualifications or 30 sub-qualifications. So just to summarize, if I get back to the the list here. You need to know your business requirements. You need to know what is going to make your staff productive and how much time you've got available. Do you have 20 minutes for each member of staff to watch a video about how your company works and the sort of image and the sort of impression that you want to make on customers? Most of us do. Do you have 3 days? Probably not. If you've got 20 minutes, what would you like them to do in that 20 minutes? 10 minutes to watch a video, maybe a couple of videos, and 10 minutes to do a test. Seems reasonable for the benefit that you get from that extra quality of staff. You create the question, and it could be just you talking to camera about the sort of image that you want, what to do if somebody comes up to you and says, who do you work for? Which is quite an interesting one, because obviously you want to be able to say you're working for the brand, but you also want to you would like your staff to advertise your agency. You then put the information from anywhere you like, direct from YouTube, from a Word document on the web. It could be a web page, it could be part of your personnel system. And also, if I just bring this up, it could quite easily be on the staffing app. So if I click the right button here, I can demonstrate that, because as I mentioned during the staffing app presentation, we just couldn't show you absolutely everything on the staffing app. So if I just bring this up here, and it should load my screen, and I should be able to say thank you very much. Up you come. There we go. So this guy has just logged in, and if I just bring that up, I can go to edit his details. I can get here, and I can see the knowledge base just here, and he can go off to the knowledge base, and he can see all of the stuff in here. And I don't know if any of these things are linked, but it says here sample introduction exam, induction part 1. Looks like I can download all of those documents. I'll cancel that. I think there's a couple of quizzes here. I've no idea what's in these. They're all demo stuff. This is a very old system. I haven't seen this demo system apart from last week when I was using it to demo. I haven't seen this part of it for a long time. So it'll depend on, yeah, it looks like this stuff doesn't link to anything, but if it was linked, it would all be just fine. So the basic idea is, oh, don't stay there. There we go. The basic idea is that you can have lots and lots of documents on here. I'll just try one more risky demo for you. Let's see if there's anything on here. TMO questions, whatever that was. Nope, that's going to fall over as well. So clearly a lot of these links have been taken off or put somewhere else, but they would have all, I'm sure the knowledge base ones on your systems are just fine. So you can launch it via the staff portal. You can launch it via a website. And then in addition to that, obviously you'll need skills for questionnaire builder to be able to put it on. And you remember, you can put tests on the knowledge base, the link to the questionnaire, and you can also put links to the knowledge base and links to YouTube and so on. And then you need news builder skills, which we learned about in the newsletter session, to be able to pull those out and launch your material. And don't forget, you can put documents on the material as well to be able to launch it. And then you also need report builder skills, because you'll want to report on the number of people who are filling out the exams all the time. And then obviously you can find the qualifications for somebody in their staff details. So in this guy's staff details here, for example, on your system, if you go to qualifications, you can see the person's staff details on there and their qualifications in the qualifications tab. So that's e-learning. I think the best idea is, if you've used e-learning before, and some of the people on the call have got some very sophisticated e-learning courses, and I hope that it's achieving your results in terms of productivity, image, customer satisfaction, and hopefully recommendations. And I hope that it gives you quantitative information, so that when you pitch to customers and you say we have highly trained staff and we have the best staff and they're the best vetted and they're the best trained, and the customer says, yes, but every agency pitching to us says that, you will have quantitative information to show them how well they are trained, and you will have exam results. And I think that is just so important in this day when anybody can pitch anything. It's very important to have that quantitative information.